welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to be attempting a fairy flower. I am using Art Pro 2 to 3 resin. I am going to be using Liquitex acrylic inks. I'm using this copper, I'm using deep violet, and I am using Prussian blue. So those are my 3 colors. Here they are here. Here's the copper. It's transparent still, but that's fine with me. The other ones are a little darker than I meant for them to be. So that is the violet, and it looks darker because of it colored the stick. And then same with the blue. It looks darker because the stick was colored. And then finally I have my white, which is very opaque. And I am not going to add any white to this. I'm going to do it with a clear push. So we will see how that works. You never know what you're going to get because resin is super fickle and it works different ways depending on the temperature, the humidity, pretty much a bunch of different things. So what resin you use, what you add to it, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my opaque white to a piping bag. And I've made one really good fairy flower. The rest have been underwhelming, I guess you could call it. So at least I can die happy knowing that I finished at least one, although I don't plan on dying anytime soon. You know what I mean. I can at least have some sort of satisfaction that I got it right at least once. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm trying to clear off a space here. I have too much crap. All right, I'm gonna take this cup and I'm going to make layers with my colors. I am also using a little bit more of each color since I am using the clear push. I've been having issues with the color making it all the way into the center. So I'm hoping if I use just a little more color, like not darker, but just the quantity is a little more, then maybe I will be able to close that gap. We shall see. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make my layers here. Hopefully this looks nice. I would love to have at least 2 done before, before I quit trying and move on to something else, because I can't even tell you how much resin I've used trying to do fairy flowers. And I watched the course, which is on resincourses.com. I have watched multiple other people's videos. I have gotten tips from them. We've shared tips, and I only just had the one that worked. So I'm hoping this one will work because it's kind of a combination of some of the tips that I had been given, and then a new technique of using the clear push. So we will see if it works. I wish I had more variety in my Liquitex colors because I don't have very many. So I end up using kind of like the same ones, and I don't want to put like green with purple because that makes a really ugly color. Because for some reason with the fairy flower, I'm finding that I'm getting a lot more blending than I thought I would. And so we will see. We will see if the using the acrylic ink will kind of help with some of that and keep it from doing that, or if it ends up just doing the same old thing. We will find out. There we go. Almost done. One more. I swear I need a bigger desk. So I have a craft fair on Saturday. I was just told about it yesterday. So I'm gonna have a lot of prep to do for that. So you may have a little break in between videos, only because I can't do two things at once. And as much as I want to keep making art, in order to be able to afford to do that, I need to sell some of it. So that's what's going on there. Okay. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to pour, after I spray my hands with alcohol, because they are sticky, as happens when you're using resin. Okay, so now I'm going to pour this into my mold, and I'm just going to kind of go around like this and hope that it works out. I see a piece of hair. I think I got it. No, I did not get it. Sorry, if I don't get it now, I'm going to pour over it, and then it's going to get lost forever in here. There. Now I got it. That's what I get for having pets. You know what I mean? I can see the different colors in this so far, at least. All right. Hopefully I didn't pour too much color in. It is pretty full. Oh well, only one way we're going to find out, and that is to actually do this. Okay. I need to clean my desk off for sure. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to wrap up my piping bag, and then I'm going to torch some of those bubbles and see if I can get some of them to go away. All right. Hopefully I didn't make my hole too big. Oh wow, that works the first time. I really need to get a new one. I had a new one, and I think I mentioned it before, that it sprung a leak out of the blue. Like, I was singing its praises, and then it sprung a leak on me. All right, feel free to forward past this if you want to. I will not know if you did it or not, and I will not be offended if you do it. Because I know that watching the same thing over and over can be kind of boring. My drops are coming out a little smaller than I like, but I think it's because I made my hole too big, so I don't have the control that I normally have over it. We will find out if that's gonna be an issue or not. We won't know until we're done. I am going to go back and try to put some bigger droplets around the outside, because I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like having bigger white drops around the outside helps give you larger, puffier petals. I mean, I could totally be wrong, but I kind of feel like that is what happens. But what do I know? What do I know? Not a lot. I can't seem to figure this fairy flower thing out, at least not in a reliable, repeatable way. I had my one success, and then I've had some sort of successes since, but not anything like the one I had, which I'm going to be posting a video here in the next couple days, so it will come out before this one for sure. Unless this one is like knock your socks off gorgeous, but I probably still would do the other one first. Okay, trying to do slightly bigger drops, at least compared to the size drops I had before. The ones I had before were kind of tiny. So I went all the way into the center because I'm using a clear push. It's not, I feel like it doesn't matter if I go all the way to the center because it's all gonna get pushed out by the clear. And I may or may not, depends on what it does, I may do a little suction and suck out some of the extra resin in the middle, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have extra resin in the middle, just because I usually end up with a little bit extra. But we'll find out in a minute. Almost done. I'm only gonna do 2 extra rows because I don't want to go overboard and get too many drops in here. I'll just fill in a couple holes I see. I think that's good. All right, so now I'm going to do my push clear, and I have a syringe right here that, okay, good, it still works. I used it yesterday. I wasn't sure if it would still work. Okay, so now I'm gonna dump this in here. That looks really cool on the inside. All right, and I'm gonna let it come in, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna add some stones. I don't think I'm gonna, should I suction out? Let's see what it does. We're just, for this one, we're gonna see what it does. And maybe in like 30 or 40 minutes, I'm gonna add some stones to the center. Hopefully this ends up being gorgeous. That would be really awesome if it did. I would be tickled pink if it does. So, all right. Well, I will add the stones on my own. I think I'm gonna add some, like if I have, don't know if I have blue or not, but I do have purple, but I don't like the purple. I have pinks, so I'm probably gonna add like pink and copper to the stones. I think that would look really cool. So, all right, I will see you when it's time. I am not going to leave the time lapse on because it doesn't really do a ton that you'll be able to see, and I want to use my camera for something else. So anyway, I will see you when it's time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and it is not closing up in the center. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use my little syringe and suck some of the clear out, and then just put it back in this cup I have here on the side. So I'm just gonna go in, and I have just a syringe, and when you're done, you clean it out with alcohol. You just go in the alcohol. I know that made sense, but you just go like that in the alcohol and it will clean it out. So I'm gonna put this in here, and hopefully I can do this without messing it up too much. Okay, that seemed to bring it in a lot. I say I probably took out 5 or 6 mils, and I think I'm gonna take out just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, so I just took out another like 4. So I probably took out 8 or 9 mils, I'd say. And it's kind of closed up in the middle really well. And I'm gonna add my stone. This is my stone. It's a lot of copper with a little bit of pink and a little bit of purple. So I'm gonna add that into the center. I made it really thick. I'm hoping I can get it in there without getting it everywhere. Put a little bit more in there. I think I just dropped one. Dang it. All right, so now I'm gonna poke that in there, make sure it's in there right. Hopefully I made it in the center. And now it's time to wait until unmolding time. So I will see you when it's time. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if we got any good results. Fingers crossed. I really hope it worked. Here we go. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. All the metal, this is all metallic right here. So all the metal went towards the center, and then it's got the thing, which does not match at all the flower, but oh my gosh. That came out so cool. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.